All right, let's get started with 10 minutes into the front. Get warmed up. And get into it. Inhale as high as you can. Big stretch through the hamstrings. And then swing that leg outside. And same thing right onto the other leg. Heel high, big stretch. And swing that leg outside, open up the hips. And let's drop it right into our push-up position. Get 5 spine lunges per foot. Keep the knees close over the ankle as you can. And bring it right up into 10 body weight squats. I'm going to sit right down between the heels. Good morning, Dobie. And good morning, Danica. So we're going to sit right down between the heels. Drive the knees out. And drive the feet right to the floor. Bring the hips and the chest up tall. As we get 10, we'll get our big arm circles forward. And get 10 big arm circles forward. Pull the shoulder blades down and together as you reach back. And reverse, same thing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so let's grab our bag. We're going to start with just some shoulder flies. Of course, you do this with a dumbbell, but we'll just go out to the side, and then we'll go back down. It's a shoulder fly. So we'll do 12 like that on the right, and then 12 on the left. So just drive up, down, up, down, and control. Good. Just try to get as much tension as you can on that shoulder. Just get to 12 if you can, depending on how much weight you have either on your dumbbell or in your bag. So there's 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Right to the other side, same thing. 11, 10, 9. So we'll go right into rear delt flies after this. And 1. So now I'm going to take just my hand and grab the actual whole bag, just so it's not dragging on the floor. And we're just going to go into 12 rear delt flies. Don't need a ton of weight. You're good to 12 if you can, but again, the weight, especially if you had a good weight for your delt fly, might be too heavy. So just get as many as possible. Try to focus on driving that elbow back. 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll go right to the other side. Same thing. I'll take my hand, put it through here, and go for 12. So now we'll go right to some push-ups. So we can do these, of course, from our knees or from our toes. Well, we're just going to try to come up from a resting position and pause when you're halfway up. So I'm going to be here, and we're just going to look for 10 like this. So I'm going to have big hands grip the floor. Here I am fully rested. I'm going to pause halfway up, then finish. Back down. We'll do 10 like that. So just get a good 1-2 count pause on that way up. So go 1, 2, finish. 1, 2, finish. 1, 2, finish. 1, 2, and finish. 1, 2, and finish. 1, 2, and finish. 2 more. 1, 2, and finish. And 1 more. 1, 2, and finish. Now we'll go into a rear delt fly, and we'll come back into push-ups. So we're going to keep that head down. I'm going to lift the hands off the ground, rotate back, drop the hands down, bring them back up, forward, and back down. So we'll do that for 10. Just trying to keep those elbows as high from the ground as you can. Just think about that. Driving the elbow back as high as possible, not the hand. Again, we're just looking for 10 here. 5 more. Two more. One more, nice and high. Let's go back into that push-up. This time, we're just going to do 8 reps, and we'll lower ourselves for a 3 count. So let's make that. Come up as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3, and 7 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. And 1 more. 1, 2, and 3. So let's rotate right onto our backs. Now we're going to go into 12 bicycle kicks per leg. Then we'll go into some hip bridges. So we're just going to make nice long legs here. Alternate side to side. 12 reps per side. Then we'll go into the hip bridge. Nine, 9, 10, 10, 12, and 12. Now, we'll just plant that foot. We're going to drive that knee down into the ground, drive that heel down into the ground, bring the hip up, and we'll just look for 12 reps here. Try to pause for a 2 count at the top of each one. So I'm just going to drive 1, 2, and back down. Drive 1, 2, and back down. Drive 1, 2, and back down. Good. Six more. Two more. Same thing on the other side. Look number 12, 2 count pause on each rep. And back down. 1, 2, and back down. 1, 2, and back down. 1, 2, and back down. 1, 2. We're halfway there. Just finish out the other half. Then we're going to bring it back up. Good. So let's bring it back up. We're going to hit some squats. I'm going to drink some more of this. So we're just going to pause for a 2 count at the bottom of that squat, and then we'll come halfway up, but we're not going to lock out. So I'm going to be standing like this, just normal squat stance. I'm just going to sit down, hold 1, 2, drive halfway up, then back down. So if you need a little more weight, feel free to put whatever's in your backpack on. We're just going to do 12 reps like that, then go into our single leg deadlift. 1, 2, halfway up, back down. 1, 2, halfway up. 1, 2, halfway up. 1, 2, halfway up. 1, 2, halfway up. Good, there's 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. So now we're going to that single leg deadlift. Just going to have my hand planted off to the side. I'm going to sit back into the hip. And I can keep this right on my back or hold it in my hand off to the side. Either one works fine. We're just going to go for 12 like this. Sitting into that hip, driving through. Great. Four more. Two more. And 1. Okay, good. Let's go right on the other side. Same thing. We can keep this right on our backs. Then we're going to go into our leg extension on the ground. 10, 9, 6 more, or 5 more at this point. 4, 3, 2 more. Just Get a good, nice, stable base. And one. Okay, good. Now let's go right into that leg extension. Sit right down. We're gonna do one leg at a time. We're just gonna go for 12, barring with a 3 count. So we don't need this bag. Toss it off to the side. We'll come back to it. We're just gonna be right in our tabletop position to start. I'm gonna take one of these feet, plant them firm. You can cross the other one over or just kick it out to provide a little less support. And I'm just gonna bring myself up and down. 3, 2, 1. Should be a nice, easy landing with that quad. If you have a problem doing that with both legs or even with the legs crossed, then do it with, if you have problems doing it with the legs crossed, do it with both legs, and you'll be fine. So we're here for 12. Order yourselves. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So do the same thing right on the other side. Looking for 12 total. 3 count descent. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 6 more. Then we'll go into Supermans. And 1 more. Good. Now we're going to go into our Supermans. So we're just going to lie down, try to get the knees and the elbows off the ground as much as possible. We can do that for 12 reps. Try to hold for a 2 count at the top. So again, everything stays rested on the ground. I drive and back down. So I'm trying to get those knees off the ground, not just the ankles. I don't want to bend at the knee. I want to move at the hip. And it will probably be hard to see from this angle because you're barely going to clear the ground. But do as much as you can. So we're looking for 12. Six more. Let's go right onto our backs. So we're going to run in that pike. I'm just going to lay everything fully extended. We'll just look for 8 reps here. But we're going to try to get a good, stable pause at the top. So I'm going to lay fully extended, drive myself up, and hold at the top for just a quick 1, 2. Then we'll back down. Just want to look for 8 like that. All right, good. Now let's bring it right back up. We're gonna take that bag and we're gonna use it to pull against ourselves. So, how's everyone doing? All right. Making it through all right. No comments. Everyone's not doing okay. So I'm gonna grab right around this strap here. I'm gonna grab it just like above the press, so that way it is where that handle is deep in the thumb. I'm just gonna pull down with this arm and try to let myself raise for a 3 count. So we're just gonna look for 8 reps. I'm gonna try to go 1, 2, 3, and back down. If you're using a dumbbell that's not heavy enough, you just put your hand on top. Of course, if you have heavy enough dumbbells, just stick with those. Try to get something for 8 reps, or whatever works, given the weight you have. 1, 2, 3. Pull yourself back down. 1, 2, 3. I'm really pulling with this left arm. Good. Excellent. 4 more. Good. Great. 2 more. And 1 more. Same thing right on the other side. I'm gonna grab right around here. I'm just pulling on the straps just to give myself a little bit of resistance, pulling down as hard as I can with this arm and pressing as hard as I can with this. Or as hard as I can to allow myself to make it 3 count. Good. 4 more. Just looking for 8 on each side. And 1. Good. Okay. So now we're going to go back to using our front raise. So I'm going to start doing 3 reps against just 1 finger. So I'm going to do a front raise, take this finger, place it here. I'm just going to do 3, 2, and don't hurt your finger, just push as hard as you can. Now we'll do 2 fingers. Should be getting harder. Now use 3 fingers. Really push down. Keeping it on the fingertips, use 4 fingers. Now take that whole wrist, block it off. You're not going to be able to push against yourself like this, so let yourself move, but do it for a 5 counts. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the top, push down against yourself, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing on the other arm. I'm going to start with just this single finger. I'm going to go 3 reps. And 1. 2 fingers. Right against the wrist. And 1. 3 fingers. 4 fingers. Use that wrist to block off the wrist. Push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep pushing down. 5, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Nice work, guys. We'll keep working on using that manual resistance. And it's a technique. Remember to come to body sculpt, body weight sculpt on Thursday. We're going to do a progression for the next 6 weeks. So we'll be working on something more regimented. I figure more people are going to be able to make it to that one consistently than 7 a.m. People don't like waking up early. So always go back and watch them recorded no matter what, but as many live as possible, I figured would be best. So let's push the palms up, pull the shoulders back, and hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thanks, Obi. Push back into the hips and hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Turn those toes out slightly. Squat down to the hands are just ahead of the feet. Sit that weight back into the heels, shoulders back. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop right down on the hands and knees. Lock the lower back in place. Spread the shoulders out across the upper back. Tuck the chin into the chest. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Pull the shoulder blades down together. Chest up tall. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And look right at your back. Cross one leg over the opposite knee. Reach through the whole weight by your legs. Pull the knee in tight to the chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And right to the other side. Same thing, knee in as tight to the chest as you can. And hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.